Look at this shed. I'm building it with no training. It's part of a bigger project I'm working on at this remote cabin in northern Canada. Today, I'm making huge strides. My confidence is growing. Faster with the tools, chopping like a pro, and nailing down the design. Let's go. So I run the generator probably once a day, charge up my power stations to 100%, and then once they're charged up, I turn off the generator. It usually takes a couple of hours, right? 2 hours of generator, and then the rest of the time it's silence. I can run off of those power stations, and so I love that. I've got some new stuff for the cabin that I was in need of. Lumber, not a lot, just 8 pieces of 8-foot 2x6s that I was able to fit in the boat, and I could probably take a few more, but that's as long as I'm going to be able to get in that boat, and I need them to finish the shed. I wanted to do the shed completely scrap, but scrap wood I should say, but if I'm going to do it right, I need some 8-foot lengths, and I don't have them on site, so I'm using new wood for this situation anyway. So these were the original walls for the shed, and I did a horrible job on them, but what I'm going to do now is take it apart and use all of these pieces of 2x4, which are scrap pieces of 2x4 that were left here, and I'm going to make use of them and do the front wall. That's the plan with this. You know, I had been using just a like a $20 hammer over the last few years, and I decided I wanted something a little more robust. And this is just a Milwaukee. It's a 19 ounce. It's a framing hammer, and it's nothing special. In the States, this would probably cost like 25 bucks. In Canada, it costs almost 60. And I really got on like this this search for hammers, and a part of me wanted something really special, but I'm just getting into this whole construction scene, so I don't want to jump the gun. But I was checking out some stiletto hammers at my local hardware store. They have a stiletto hammer there for $489 for a hammer. Like, how good is that hammer? Is it just unbelievable, or are you paying for the name? I mean, what is that thing made out of to be 489 bucks? They have a few there, and that thing was behind like a special area, and it was locked away, and you could just look at it through the glass, and that was it. But yeah, I had no idea that hammers were such a big deal. Whoa. That didn't work. Oh, there we go. So I just measured my door to the cabin, and it's 32 inches. So I know I want these two guys to be 32 inches apart for my door. Okay, so that's good. I know I want that. I just got to find my center point. Then I got to do 16 on one side and 16 on the other. And that should do it. And that's on the inside, 32 on the inside. So this one right here is 61¼ inches. So let's do the math on that thing. 61¼ so that's 30 and a half and an eighth. Yeah, okay, I got that. 30 and a half and then an eighth. Right there, okay. $16. I'll be embarrassed if my math is wrong. 16, okay, there we go. So I know that's where I want the inside to be, right there. You're gonna fit right in there? Oh yeah. Perfect. Just non-stop dealing with this stuff. Nails everywhere. Screws. So this gets all cut off. The end of this guy gets cut off. And then I'm going to put this guy right on top like that. Put them all together. And then I'm going to put it on. If I can do this without messing it up. This is a weird showcase. Put it on this way, like that, and that's going to be my header, nice and strong. Yes. Man, I don't know what I did before clamps. I really don't. All this is coming down. I put that up, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm taking it down. Okay. Oh boy, look how it's bowed. Look at that, man. Okay. Oh, I see, that's why. There we go, perfect. I'm really excited. I want the roof on more than anything so I can start putting stuff in here and getting it just out of the cabin. So tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. I'm going to be putting up rafters, first time doing something like that. I'm going to be using bird mouths to put my angles on. I'm going to increase the height at the front end. It's going to be an awesome, awesome day. See how that held? Oh, man. Like, I've talked about it before on this channel. I talked about it earlier in this video, but clamps, they are everything. Like, I get so much joy picking up a clamp and putting it to use. I can't describe how happy it makes me feel when I can clamp something. I've done something really interesting. Of course, I think the plywood on the back is too high. I had an original plan. As you guys can see, I've got the plywood flush with this piece of 2x4. And so my bird's mouth is going to have to sit on the plywood, unfortunately. Crystal's homemade chicken soup, absolutely delicious. I just love soup and crackers. The crackers I'm eating, they're Purity cream crackers. Love those things. A little bit of butter on it. A little bit of salt and pepper in the soup. Man, nice little late morning snack, and then get right back at it. So yeah, this is Crystal's soup. She's very good at making soups. She's like the soup master, and not the soup, you know what, from Seinfeld. And she, chicken, beans, carrots, corn, cream, it's like a cream broth. Okay. Okay. This is going to be my roof. Oh my. So you guys can see I notched it out there. Well, I've made my lines where I'm going to drive it in. And I think that's going to make for a perfect little cushion. Yep. I'm going to have to make a whole bunch of lines and then take it out. That's the only way, unfortunately. So you guys can see I'm running into an issue here. The blade's only going down so far, right? Because it's a circular blade. I wish I had my jigsaw here. Anyway, so I'm in a situation where this is not able to go all the way through the wood to the other side, where I can easily just notch out this wood. Okay, this is not even, which is not great. Oh, oh, oh no, I got it backwards. Good, phew. I was like, wow, I gotta quit this stuff. I might have it a bit too tight. Whoa! That's not what I wanted to happen at all. Uh-oh. Back on. Yeah. Holy. Oh! Stop it! Stop it! Oh, I'm beating the place up. Here's the issue I'm going to run into. This line is not nice, right? And so, when I'm using this to mark all my other boards, there's a chance I'm going to have a lot of error. But holy cow, this would sit on this thing like a champion, like beautifully. Okay, because I don't have the proper tools, I'm making a serious change. The deepest part of the bird's mouth, that's what you want to call it, or Pac-Man, is 1 inch to there. And this is 3/4 of an inch to there. So there's a 1/4 of an inch difference, and this is like about 4.5 inches here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark a 1/4 inch here, a full inch here, and then I'm going to draw a straight line right to the back, and that will allow for me to use my circular saw all the way to this point, cut through here, bang, and I don't have to mess around with all that stuff. This is my plan. It might be crazy. It's going to make the shed look a little bit weird on the front and back, but this is going to save me probably like 3 or 4 hours of work, and I think it will do the job. Come on, baby. You can do this, Jay. You can do this, buddy. You can do this. This is my piece. This is gonna work. Way easier to do it this way. I can do it so quickly. Yes. Look at that, perfect. Okay, I just spent the last like 10 minutes doing the math. And so it's weird what I'm gonna do. I wanna have the roof come over the edge. So I'm gonna put it a foot outside. And that means my first inside rafter, whatever you wanna call it, is actually gonna be inset 4 inches. By doing this, I can put my rafters every 16 inches. So my last one will be right here, 4 inches from the end. I'll have one here. I'll have one right here. I'll have one down at 32, 16. So every 16 inches there will be one. And that includes the 4 inches here, plus the other 12 inches out, another foot out. So 12 plus 4 is 16, that'll bring me to here. So that means every 16 inches, I'll have a rafter. That means I'll use 7. So it's going to look strange because the end one is actually going to be right here and not right on the end. Please fit. Yes. Oh man. Oh man, I couldn't have done any better. Like seriously, I couldn't. Oh, such a good fit. Yes. This is probably like the most advanced thing that I've ever done. I'm using something that's made for something. These are called like hurricane something. This is how I'm going to hold it up. The outside for the back beams, I'm just going to use these guys right here. to hold it in. And it's nothing fancy, but it should do the trick. But I won't do all of the back ones with these. I'm going to use the Hurricane, whatever they are, braces for the other ones on the back and the front. This was the one that I was using to mark all the other ones, and it turns out it's a little bit too small. I do love a Leatherman saw, man. They are sharp. Oh, come on, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Bang. Perfect. So here it is. It's looking great, man. I'm really, really happy with how this is turning out. I know it might not be the way it should be done because I don't have the beams or the, whatever you want to call it, the rafters going right out to the end. But I believe in what I'm doing and what I'm going to try to pull off. I've been watching quite a bit of YouTube lately, trying to figure all of this stuff out. And I guess, you know, sometimes when I watch, I just say, oh, I'm just going to go do that. And then you go outside and you're like, oh, you can't just go do that. There's things that you've really got to figure out as you go along. Okay, this right here is an odd piece of wood, but it's very important for what I'm about to do. Let's drive it right in there. Oh, that's better. That's better. I think that should be good, hey? This is actually going to be 16 inches from the outermost rafter at this point. So I'm going to mark 16 and I'm going to mark 1, both for reference. Okay, here we go. Bring her in, bring her in, bring her in. 16 inches to the outside right there. This is why I have these pieces of wood. You see how it's holding it? Perfect. Now that is interesting. That is 16 on center. So I guess I need to be 16 on center. Yep, exactly. 16 on center. Wow. Okay. Good. Okay, he's in good. Excellent. Yes, baby. Yes. I love beans and wieners. Beans and wieners is one of my favorite meals growing up as a kid. Something real simple. My mom and dad used to have this thing on Friday nights called make your own supper night. So me and my brother and sister, we'd go home after school and just make whatever we wanted. And most of the time I just make myself a can of beans and wieners. And right now I've got beans with sausages. And I've got some home fries, which of course is a staple on this channel, home fries. And I love my fries with mayonnaise. And this is just something different. I haven't had beans and wieners in probably a year. And after all of the work today, I thought I'm going to have a real classic camp style meal. Mmm. It's almost perfect. I need an 8-foot 2x4, not an 8-foot 2x6, because you can see right there, right on the end, the 2x6, when it's flush at the bottom, it's at least an inch too high. Okay, I'm going to use two 4-foot pieces of 2x4 and butt them together. I think it's the only way I'm going to be able to do this. So as you guys can see, I've got these little slivers here. Just going to lay them right on top of these little platforms. And this will elevate my 2x4 to meet the top of each of these rafters. Just sit it there, and it should do the trick. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I got her figured out. Let's see if this works. Please work. Yes, I mean that is spot on. Baby. Okay. Good. There we go. This is sketchy. I need a second pair of hands here. Get there. Okay, you're there. Okay. Okay. Oh, baby. Yes, baby. Clamp. Okay. So this clamp right here is perfectly holding this. Even though this isn't level at the back, which I'm going to survive with, I'm going to be okay with this. I've got this held nicely. I'll square it on the front. We got something that looks good. Let's get over there. Let's get over there. Can you go? Okay. Good. Good. What about you? Okay. I gotta get her started. Okay. Here we go. Good. Just about 3 days here now, and I've got a sushi date tonight with my girlfriend, so I'm not going to miss that. And I've got quite a bit of cleaning up to do before I head out of here. But yeah, there's quite a bit of figuring out I still need to do. There's issues for my blocking now, here and there. The blocking up here, it's just like pieces of wood that will keep birds from being able to come up underneath and go into the cabin or into the shed. But I got to seal it up along the sides, and then I got to put in my blocking to keep the animals out, and then I can put the plywood on top. And I have 2 pieces of OSB here that I think are going to work, and this is designed now to take 2 exact pieces of 4x8 plywood, and once that's done and I put the front on with the door, shed's pretty much complete, except for I'm gonna have to seal up some of the gaps on the side. I'll probably use some sort of caulking for that, and maybe I'll stain it. I don't know. I might shingle the roof. I think that's what I'm probably gonna do. I have some shingles at home. I'll bring them here and then I can shingle the roof. But man, I feel like a million bucks, and I'm so glad that for those of you who are following this, I'm so appreciative of you. I know this isn't the most popular content on my channel, but for me right now it's the most meaningful, because I'm learning. So for those of you who are watching, thanks so much. And for those of you who are new to this, and you made it this far, thank you so much. I'd love for you to subscribe. Like 80% of the people who watch my channel are not subscribers, so that would be wonderful. And I just love growing this channel. I'm really dedicating a huge part of my life to this now, and all the support I can get, the better, and then the more videos I'll make and the more content you guys will have. And like always, I'm always open for comments. If you guys have comments, please share them. I am learning from you. I am listening to your comments. I don't take them all in and then, and then utilize them right away. Some of them I don't at all. Some of them I really do, and I try to implement right away. So I'd love to know what you guys think so far of this and what I've accomplished here. Man, hopefully we can get this all sealed up in the next video and get stuff inside the storage shed and allow for me to have so much more room in the cabin. And this is priority number 1, get the shed going. And then priority number 2, the outhouse, and then a wood storage shed, and then the extension on the front of the cabin. And then I'm gonna work on the inside of the cabin. And then I'm gonna try to beautify the outside of the cabin. Lots of stuff, tons. And I'd love for you guys to be a part of it all. So yeah, I'm gonna go home. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back really soon.